Long, long ago, in ancient Persia, there lived a king. And this king had everything. He had a fine palace. He had servants. He had gold and money. And every day he ate the most delicious food from all over the world. But the king was bored. He had nothing to do each day. And so he asked people to come to the palace to give him challenges, something to make his brain work. But all of the challenges were too easy until one day when a teacher from Palestine came knocking on the palace door. They invited him in. They welcomed him. And when the teacher had drunk a delicious cup of tea, the teacher presented the king with 3 dolls. And the teacher said, "These dolls I have brought with me from my country, Palestine. And you can see that they are wearing the traditional clothes from Palestine. And they are very beautiful. And they're made from olive wood. And they're sewn, hand sewn by my wife." And the king admired the dolls. But he said, "They are beautiful. But what is the challenge?" And the teacher showed the king the 3 dolls, one by one. And the teacher said, "You may think that these 3 dolls are the same, but they are not. They are not the same. They are different. Each one is different from the others." Well, the king enjoyed the challenge. He examined the dolls in so much detail. He looked at the olive wood and he looked at the grain in each one. And he counted the gold circles on the hat. And he tested the color of the fabric. And he weighed them. But he couldn't find any differences between them. After 3 days, the king gave up. He said, "Okay, teacher, you win. I cannot solve this challenge. I cannot see any difference between any of the 3 dolls." At that point, the teacher reached towards the king's head and he pulled a hair straight from his head and he pushed it into the ear of the doll. And then the hair came out from the other ear. And the teacher said, "You know, this is like when we teach our students in boring, uninteresting ways. It goes in one ear and it comes out the other." And then the teacher took the second doll. "So, how is this doll different?" Before he could stop him, the teacher had pulled another hair from the king's head. Can you see it? The teacher pushed the hair into the ear of the second doll. But this time, the hair just disappeared and was never to be seen again. Now, this is what can happen when we tell our students stories. They take the message from the story and they absorb it and they learn from it. And they take it into their hearts. And then the teacher took the third doll and pulled a hair from the king's head. And he pushed this hair into the ear of the doll. But this time, the hair came out of the mouth. But there was a change. When the hair went in, it was straight. When it came out, it was wavy. And this, said the teacher, this is what happens when we teach our students in motivating and engaging ways. We teach them things, and then what we teach them comes out of their own mouths, but in their own personalized way. Ha, said the king. I enjoyed that challenge. And you're right. I would like you to stay here in the palace and teach all of the teachers in my country to be like you. And the teacher said, I would love to do that. But he said, I know that not everyone can go to school. And you don't need to be a teacher to teach people. And you don't need to study in a classroom to learn things. Everyone can teach in motivating and engaging ways. Everyone can tell stories, and everyone can learn from stories. And the teacher became the king's special advisor. And he lived for the rest of his life happily and successfully in ancient Persia.